Hello YouTube, Needs a Pizza here, and today I'm going to show you how to make the tiny face pictures that they were kind of made popular over the 2012 campaign. Someone had done that to Mitt Romney's face, and I saw them and I tried to do it myself. These pictures that you see here are ones that I've done for the past couple of days. I know they look similar to the other ones, but I think that's a good thing, but these are the ones that I've made, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So first you're going to want to open up this software that I'm using. It's Pixlr. It's a great free online photo editor, Pixlr.com. You're going to want to choose the editor option. It says it's advanced, but it's really easy to use. So next, you're going to want to go to a Google image search and find your picture. You're going to want to use one that is usually facing towards you. A natural skin tone. I tried to do the Joker from Batman, and it just doesn't work as well. And I think it's best if they're making kind of a funny face, so you can do it the best. I feel like I'm kind of on a roll with these Romney ones, so I'm going to open up a Romney picture that I found. Let's see. So here we go. This is what I'm going to be using. Also, when you're doing the image search, it doesn't hurt to type like funny face after the person's name, or you can just use one of your friends. It's also good to use a large photo, higher resolution, so I suggest clicking the little large thing under the search options. So what we're going to do is zoom in, not on their chin, on their face. So we're going to go over here to get the lasso tool, or you can just press L. And this is going to allow us to make a shaped selection of his face, and then we're going to copy it. So we're going to start over here and go up and around the wrinkles on the forehead, and come down, just around again. Stop in between the lip and the chin. Alright, that's good. This doesn't have to be perfect. You can see it's just kind of random. Go back to your regular cursor, go to Edit, Copy, and then Edit, Paste, and that's going to make another Romney head. Now, and that also, at the same time, created another layer, and you can only edit one layer at a time, so that kind of makes it a little bit overlapping, and it just makes it look really unrealistic. So we're going to change that in a sec. So you're going to put this other face, it's just so disturbing, over to the side and use free transform, and you're going to shrink it down a little bit. Try to maintain the proportions if you can. It doesn't really matter that much. So then click outside of the box and click yes. Now we're going to drag this over. Maybe I need to make this a little bit bigger. You can just obviously Control Z to undo, or if that doesn't work, you can just use this history box and click on it. That's really helpful, especially if you're on a Mac. So do the same thing. Oh, jeez. Not good at this. A little bit bigger. Okay, there we go. So we're going to try to make it look like he has a ton of wrinkles on his head, like in the original Romney pictures, I guess. Okay, I think that's good for now. So, now that we have that, That's good, but we want it even smaller. So we're going to do paste again, drag him over to the side, and use free transform to shrink it down as small as you want, pretty much for this one. Maybe a little bigger. Okay. So there we go. So, yes. Now, at this point, you can see that there's a lot of overlapping and weirdness with especially the eyebrows and shadows around the eyes. But, so, the next step is to fix that. Now, right now, we have 2 layers and the background. The background is our original picture. Layer 1 is the medium-sized face. Layer 2 is the tiny one. So now what we're going to do is go to save. I'm just going to save it and replace the original file, so that's okay. Save it to your desktop. That's what I do. And then replace, if you have that. So now you're going to want to X this one out. No. And then open image from computer. You're going to go back to that same thing, the one that you just saved. And you'll have what you just created. But you'll notice on this one, the only layer that you have is your background. So that's good, I guess. So what we're going to do is use a couple of tools. This one right here, this is the spot heal tool, the paintbrush tool a little bit, probably not much, if at all, and possibly this. Try to avoid that, but sometimes you might need it. So first of all, we're going to click this blend or spot heal tool, and 10 is usually a good size if you have a lower resolution picture, but mine's pretty good resolution, so I'm going to put it up to 20. Now you're just going to want to go around the edges, making little lines, and just kind of removing that little kind of buffering space. And when there's a little spot that repeats, you're just going to go over it a couple of times and try to erase it the best you can. I suggest saving this part for last because that's the most difficult. So you just make a little line. Get rid of these extra little wrinkles here. And so, yeah, just keep doing this. Don't make too big of a line. Because that will just make it look really ugly. And what this little tool does is it samples the colors around where you've made your selection, and then it kind of blurs them together. And yeah, this tool can also be used like if you have a photo of yourself and you have a giant pimple bursting out of your face and you want it to go away, then that's a good time to use this tool. Now, as you can see right here, it's not really working, so generate pattern kind of helps to lighten it up. It's good for this one also if you just click a lot, so that way it has a bunch of smaller little areas, so there's more variation. Then we're going to go back to the blend and smooth it out. So, then we're going to come up here on the top, just blend this down a little bit. This part you kind of have a little bit of leeway on because it's already a bunch of lines up there, and it makes it look good, in my opinion, that he has like so many different foreheads. I just think that's kind of funny. But you can get rid of that, get rid of the multiple forehead wrinkles using the blend tool and just kind of going crazy with it, and that'll help you get rid of it if you do it enough. But I'm not going to do that. So I'm saving the most difficult parts for the end, because there's going to be a lot of backspace or undoing, no matter how good you are at this. Just because it takes a lot of tries to make sure you can get exactly how you want it to look. Now, at this point, what I usually do is I use this like color picker tool, and I find a part near the area that I want to fix, but that's not the same color. So I don't like this big blur, so I'm going to take a color from down here. There, because the light is coming from the right, and so that would be an area where there would be a reflection, so you're going to use the paint tool and just little dabs of it, not much, just around here. I have my opacity at 100. The brush is 50, but you can mess around with those settings to find something that you like. Go back to the blend nearby tool, or the other, whatever you want to call it, spot heal tool, and keep doing that. Small clicks, small little areas at a time. See, I did a bigger area, and that kind of just goobered it up, I guess. So we're going to go back to this paintbrush, fill it in. Oh, it's good. Oh, someone's dribbling a basketball outside. Sorry. No, keep doing this. Alright, I'm going to finish this up, and then I'll be back once this is all done. Adios.